Since childhood, we've been told that vegetables are the ultimate health food. They're stamped all over food pyramids and praised by doctors, nutritionists, and health gurus everywhere. But here's the twist no one talks about. Once you hit 50, some of those healthy veggies might actually be working against you. That's right. Certain vegetables could secretly be harming your body instead of helping it. It might sound shocking, but it's 100% true. Some of these so-called healthy vegetables could be silently putting pressure on your kidneys, sending your blood sugar through the roof, and even firing up painful joint inflammation without a single obvious symptom. What's even scarier, one of the worst offenders is probably sitting in your fridge or freezer right now, just waiting to do damage. For years, these veggies have been praised as superfoods packed with fiber, vitamins, and minerals. But once you hit your 50s, everything shifts. Your metabolism slows down, your digestion gets pickier, and suddenly, the foods that felt fine in your 30s or 40s might be causing real trouble, like straining your kidneys, upsetting your stomach, triggering painful arthritis flare-ups, and leaving you feeling totally drained for no reason. That's exactly why you need to stick with me through this entire video. Today, I'm breaking down 10 vegetables that people over 50 should seriously rethink, either cut back on or ditch completely to protect their kidneys, calm inflammation, and ease digestion. And here's the kicker. Some of these veggies might already be showing up on your plate every day, without you even realizing the harm they could be doing. Before we dive in, take a quick second to support this channel. If staying healthy and strong as you age matters to you, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. Then tap the notification bell so you never miss out on tips that could change your life or someone else's. Your support helps this information reach more people who need it. All right, now let's take a closer look at the vegetables you need to watch out for. Number 1. Corn, the blood sugar saboteur hiding in plain sight. Corn is everywhere. Grilled on the cob at summer cookouts, buttery popcorn at the movies, crispy tortillas, even your morning bowl of cornflakes. It's one of the most eaten vegetables on the planet. But here's what's truly alarming. Corn isn't just showing up in obvious places. It sneaks into processed foods under all kinds of hidden names. And if you're not paying attention, it could be quietly wreaking havoc on your blood sugar levels every single day. Corn shows up in disguise. Cornmeal, cornstarch, and the worst offender of all, high fructose corn syrup. You'll find them hidden in sodas, baked treats, sauces, frozen meals, and even salad dressings. Sure, corn is marketed as a good source of fiber, B vitamins, and magnesium, but for older adults, it can quietly become a health hazard, sneaking into your diet while looking totally innocent. One major problem with corn? It's tough to digest, especially as we get older. Aging slows down digestion, and corn only makes things harder. Its outer shell is made of cellulose, a type of insoluble fiber our bodies simply can't fully break down. Unlike softer veggies that break apart easily, corn often moves through your system almost untouched. Ever spotted whole kernels in your stool? That's your body waving a flag. It couldn't break that corn down at all. This becomes a bigger issue for seniors because enzyme production drops with age, making it harder to handle tough fibers like cellulose. The result? Constant bloating, cramping, gas, and frustrating constipation. And if you're already dealing with conditions like IBS, diverticulitis, or just slower digestion due to aging, corn can make everything worse, amplifying symptoms and keeping you stuck in a cycle of discomfort that's hard to escape. Corn's impact on blood sugar is a huge red flag, especially for older adults. It's often downplayed, but corn has a high glycemic index, which means it quickly turns into glucose. That rapid spike sends your blood sugar soaring, then crashing just as fast. For seniors already flirting with insulin resistance, prediabetes, or type 2 diabetes, those sharp swings can be downright dangerous. The fallout? Fatigue, brain fog, crankiness, and nonstop cravings for more carbs. And over time, this roller coaster effect can spiral into major issues: severe insulin resistance, belly fat buildup, nerve pain, poor circulation, numb hands and feet, even vision problems. Number 2, potatoes, the unexpected blood sugar bomb you never saw coming. Potatoes are some of the world's most beloved comfort foods, appearing on dinner tables in almost every culture. Whether mashed with butter and cream, baked to a soft, fluffy perfection, crispy from the oven, or deep fried into golden French fries or hash browns, potatoes are a go-to in countless households, whether for festive feasts or casual dinners. Their familiar taste and cozy texture always hit the spot, filling us with a sense of tradition and satisfaction. But here's the kicker. Those tasty spuds might be doing more than just satisfying your cravings. Beneath their comforting appeal, potatoes hide a much more alarming truth, especially for older adults. Potatoes can silently spike blood sugar levels, aggravate chronic conditions, and speed up age-related health decline without most people even noticing. The biggest issue? Potatoes have an extremely high glycemic index. High GI foods break down super fast during digestion, turning into glucose that floods your bloodstream in no time. While younger people with good insulin sensitivity may handle the sugar rush, it's a whole different ballgame for seniors. It can be much more harmful, causing long-term damage without a second thought. For those already dealing with insulin resistance, prediabetes, type 2 diabetes, or metabolic syndrome, the risks of eating potatoes are even greater. Frequent consumption can trigger massive blood sugar spikes, followed by energy crashes, constant hunger, irritability, and fatigue, like a wild roller coaster ride. Over time, this cycle can lead to overeating, weight gain, especially around the belly, and an increased risk of heart disease, high blood pressure, and poor metabolic health. It's a dangerous pattern that sneaks up on you, one potato at a time. The damage doesn't end with just increased hunger or weight gain. Consistently high blood sugar leads to oxidative stress, sparks inflammation, and damages delicate tissues, especially nerves and blood vessels. For older adults, this can trigger serious problems like neuropathy, which causes burning, numbness, or tingling in the hands and feet. It can also strain the heart, impair kidney function, and contribute to cognitive decline. What starts as a simple, comforting habit of eating potatoes can slowly evolve into long-term health complications, compromising independence, boosting the risk of falls, and seriously lowering quality of life. Number 3. Cabbage. The unexpected thyroid disruptor hiding in your fridge. Cabbage gets tons of praise for being a nutrient powerhouse. It's loaded with fiber, packed with vitamin C, and filled with antioxidants and plant compounds that scream healthy. No wonder it's a go-to in weight loss plans and clean eating diets. You'll find it everywhere. Crunchy salads, hearty soups, and even fermented favorites, like sauerkraut and kimchi. Plus, it's low in calories, making it a top pick for anyone trying to drop pounds or keep cholesterol in check. But there's a hidden side you need to know. But behind all the hype, cabbage hides some sneaky risks, especially for older adults dealing with thyroid issues or undiagnosed digestive problems. One of the biggest red flags? Its impact on thyroid function. As a cruciferous veggie, just like broccoli, kale, and cauliflower, cabbage contains compounds called goitrogens. These chemicals can block your body from absorbing iodine, which is absolutely essential for making thyroid hormones. And when iodine gets blocked, your metabolism slows, energy tanks, focus fades, and your hormonal balance takes a serious hit. It's a chain reaction that most people never see coming, and cabbage could be the one pulling the strings behind the scenes. For seniors already dealing with an underactive thyroid or facing age-related drops in thyroid function, loading up on raw or lightly cooked cabbage can make things worse. It may slow thyroid hormone production even more, triggering symptoms like nonstop fatigue, mood swings, stubborn weight gain, brain fog, sensitivity to cold, and mental slowdown. The worst part, these signs often get brushed off as just aging, when in reality, your diet, especially cabbage, might be quietly dragging your thyroid down and making you feel worse every day. Cabbage doesn't just mess with your thyroid. It can hit your digestion hard too, especially as you age. That's because cabbage contains raffinose, a tricky sugar known as an oligosaccharide that's really tough to break down. Instead of digesting normally, raffinose ferments in your large intestine, causing gas, pressure, and bloating. While younger folks might just brush it off, Seniors often face slower digestion, weaker stomach acid, and reduced intestinal movement, which means that little bit of cabbage could leave you feeling painfully bloated and gassy for hours afterward. As we age, breaking down complex plant sugars like raffinose gets a lot tougher, leading to bloating that lingers, stomach cramps, gas, and pressure that just won't go away after cabbage-heavy meals. And if you're already dealing with chronic digestive issues like acid reflux, IBS, or diverticulosis, cabbage can crank those symptoms into overdrive. The fermentation process in your gut can trigger flare-ups, throw your bowel habits out of whack, and even cause nighttime reflux that wrecks your sleep and leaves you feeling drained the next day. What makes it worse? Most older adults never even suspect cabbage is the culprit. They keep tossing it into salads, blending it into juices, thinking it's a superfood doing their body good, completely unaware it might be the real reason behind their ongoing bloating, discomfort, or digestive trouble. Number 4. Peas. The sweet and sneaky danger hiding in plain sight. Peas seem like the perfect veggie. They're tiny, colorful, and packed with protein, fiber, and key vitamins. You'll spot them in soups, stews, salads, and just about every comfort dish. But here's what most people miss. Peas carry hidden risks, especially as you get older. They're not as innocent as they look, and your body might not be handling them well anymore. One big issue with peas: their sky-high glycemic load. Unlike leafy greens like spinach or kale, peas break down into sugar fast, really fast. This quick conversion causes sharp spikes in blood sugar, and for older adults whose insulin sensitivity naturally drops with age, that means sudden energy crashes, constant fatigue, and a growing risk of insulin resistance. Over time, this can seriously increase the chances of developing or worsening type 2 diabetes. But that's not the only red flag. Peas are packed with purines, compounds that turn into uric acid once digested. A little uric acid is normal, sure, but as you age, your body's ability to manage the excess drops fast. That buildup can trigger uric acid crystals in your joints, setting off brutal gout flare-ups, usually hitting your toes or feet first. And even if you've never had gout, too much uric acid can quietly lead to kidney stones, painful, dangerous, and a real threat to long-term kidney health. There's more. Peas can also stir up serious digestive trouble. Many older adults deal with bloating, gas, and sluggish digestion after eating peas, often without realizing what's causing it. The culprits? Compounds called resistant starches and lectins, also known as anti-nutrients, that are hard for aging digestive systems to handle. As we get older, our bodies make fewer digestive enzymes, so breaking these down becomes a real challenge. The result? Gut fermentation, trapped gas, and stomach discomfort. If you've been battling unexplained bloating, constant gas, or nagging stomach pain, peas might be doing more harm than you think. Number 5. Asparagus, the quiet kidney stressor nobody's warning you about. Asparagus gets a lot of love for being super healthy, loaded with antioxidants, fiber, and powerhouse vitamins like A, C, E, and K. It's praised for boosting heart health, aiding weight loss, and even fighting aging. But here's what rarely gets mentioned. There's a hidden downside. Asparagus might be quietly cranking up your joint pain, dehydrating your body, and putting sneaky stress on your kidneys without you even realizing it. One hidden problem with asparagus: it's packed with purines, just like peas, and that's a big deal for older adults. Your body breaks purines down into uric acid, and when too much builds up, it can light your joints on fire. Gout flare-ups, swollen toes, even worsening arthritis. Yeah, that can all be linked back to purines. A lot of seniors just chalk up joint pain to aging, but asparagus might be secretly fueling that inflammation from the inside out. Here's another hidden danger. Asparagus acts as a natural diuretic. While some folks think that helps flush out toxins, it can actually cause dehydration, and that's a real risk after 50. As we age, our bodies struggle to hold on to water, and the first signal weakens, so you might not even feel thirsty until the warning signs hit: dizziness, brain fog, stiff joints, or muscle cramps. And dehydration doesn't just make you feel off. It puts extra pressure on your kidneys, which are often already slowing down with age. If you've got any kidney issues, Eating asparagus regularly could be pushing your kidneys beyond their limit and speeding up serious damage. If you regularly feel drained, dizzy, or stiff after eating asparagus, that's a red flag you shouldn't ignore. It might be time to rethink how often this veggie lands on your plate. Number 6, spinach, the nutrient-packed leafy green that might be hurting your kidneys. Spinach is often hailed as one of the ultimate superfoods, packed with vitamin K, magnesium, iron, and antioxidants. It's linked to better brain function, a stronger immune system, and a healthier heart. For years, it's been the star of many health-conscious diets, but here's the catch. It might be doing more harm than good, especially for your kidneys. When it comes to kidney health, spinach might not be the angel it's cracked up to be, especially for older adults. One of the biggest risks? Its high oxalate content. Oxalates are natural compounds found in many plants, and when consumed, they can bind with calcium in the kidneys, forming calcium oxalate stones, the most common and painful type of kidney stones. These stones can cause excruciating pain, nausea, vomiting, and even blockages in the urinary tract. As kidney function naturally declines with age, seniors are extra vulnerable to the risks of high oxalate foods like spinach. What seems like a harmless vegetable can actually cause serious problems. And the dangers don't stop at kidney stones. Oxalates also block calcium absorption throughout the body, which is a major concern for older adults already facing a higher risk of bone thinning, osteoporosis, and fractures. Spinach might be doing more harm than good when it comes to bone health. Ironically, while spinach is often seen as a health-boosting powerhouse, eating too much could slowly be weakening your bones over time. But does that mean you should cut spinach out of your diet entirely? Absolutely not. How you prepare it makes all the difference. Cooking spinach by boiling or steaming can drastically lower its oxalate content. Plus, pairing it with calcium-rich foods like yogurt, cheese, or fortified non-dairy milks helps block oxalates from being absorbed in your digestive system, giving your bones and kidneys an extra layer of protection. Moderation is key. If you're throwing raw spinach into your smoothie every morning or loading up your salads with huge handfuls, it's time to cut back. Eating too much spinach, especially raw, can gradually build up oxalates in your system, causing hidden problems down the line. A better approach? Rotate your greens. Swap out spinach with lower oxalate options like romaine, arugula, or butter lettuce. These greens still deliver fiber, hydration, and all the essential nutrients, but without putting unnecessary strain on your kidneys. Number 7, bell peppers, the surprising inflammation risk you didn't see coming. Bell peppers are a staple in kitchens everywhere, loved for their vibrant colors, sweet flavor, and satisfying crunch. Whether tossed into stir-fries, sliced in salads, mixed into omelets, or blended into salsas, they add both visual appeal and a solid dose of vitamin C. Packed with fiber and powerful antioxidants like beta-carotene, bell peppers are often seen as one of the healthiest vegetables around. But despite their stellar reputation, they might not be the best choice for everyone, especially older adults. One major issue with bell peppers is their tough skin, which becomes harder to break down as digestion slows with age. Seniors often produce less stomach acid and experience overall slower digestion, making it tough to fully process bell peppers. This can lead to bloating, gas, indigestion, or even trigger acid reflux. If you've ever felt uncomfortable after eating peppers, it might be time to pay closer attention to how they're impacting your digestive system. An even bigger concern, bell peppers are part of the nightshade family, which includes tomatoes, potatoes, and eggplants. These vegetables contain a compound called solanine, which can trigger inflammation in some individuals. For those already dealing with arthritis, autoimmune issues, or chronic joint pain, bell peppers may gradually make symptoms worse. Over time, they could increase joint stiffness, swelling, and discomfort. And the connection is often missed because these symptoms can easily be mistaken for normal aging. Some people may have mild sensitivities or allergies to the compounds in bell peppers. The symptoms can include skin irritation, nasal congestion, digestive issues, or even unexplained fatigue. These signs are often subtle and easily blamed on aging, stress, or weather changes, making it tough to pinpoint the true cause, which could very well be in your diet. The good news? You don't have to give up bell peppers entirely. The way they're prepared can make a huge difference. Roasting, baking, or peeling them helps soften their texture, making them easier to digest. Cooking also reduces the risk of triggering inflammation or discomfort, so peppers become gentler on your gut and joints. If symptoms persist, consider swapping them for other colorful, nutrient-packed veggies like zucchini, carrots, or broccoli, all great alternatives that tend to be much easier on sensitive systems. Number 8. Kale, the so-called superfood that may not be so super after all. Kale has become the face of modern healthy eating. It's in everything from smoothies and salads to soups and crunchy baked chips. Packed with vitamin C, calcium, fiber, and antioxidants, it's praised for its anti-inflammatory powers, its detox benefits, and its ability to fight oxidative damage. But despite its glowing reputation as one of the healthiest veggies, kale hides a lesser-known side that older adults need to be aware of, one that could be causing more harm than good. Just like spinach, kale is high in oxalates, naturally occurring compounds that can bind with calcium in the kidneys and lead to kidney stones when consumed in excess. For those with weakened kidney function or a history of kidney stones, eating large amounts of kale, especially raw, can raise the risk of painful, serious kidney problems. This is a major concern for seniors whose kidney function naturally declines with age, making them even more vulnerable to the damage kale can cause. On top of its high oxalate content, kale is also a goitrogenic food, meaning it contains compounds that can mess with your thyroid's ability to absorb iodine, a critical nutrient for making thyroid hormones. When iodine absorption is blocked, it can slow thyroid function, leading to symptoms like fatigue, weight gain, cold intolerance, and mental fog. This is especially concerning for older adults who may already have an underactive thyroid or are more sensitive to hormonal shifts. Eating raw kale regularly, like in daily green juices or salads, might be unknowingly making these issues worse. Thankfully, you don't have to cut kale out completely. The way you prepare it makes all the difference. Cooking kale using gentler methods, like steaming or sautéing, can significantly lower its oxalate and goitrogen levels, making it safer for your kidneys and thyroid. Light cooking also softens those tough leaves, making the nutrients easier for your body to absorb. As with most health-boosting foods, moderation is key. Rather than eating kale every day, try rotating it with other leafy greens to keep the more problematic compounds from building up in your system. Including kale occasionally in a balanced, varied diet lets you enjoy all its benefits without putting unnecessary strain on your kidneys or thyroid. For older adults who want to maintain energy, balance hormones, and protect long-term health, a mindful approach to kale is key. It's not about cutting out superfoods, it's about using them smartly for the best results. Number 9. Mushrooms, the toxic sponge hiding behind a superfood label. Mushrooms get a ton of praise for being nutrient-packed and health-boosting. They're loaded with antioxidants, B vitamins, and fiber, and they even have compounds believed to sharpen the brain and boost immunity. That's why so many older adults go out of their way to include them in meals, hoping to stay sharp, fight off illness, and age gracefully. But behind that healthy image, mushrooms might be hiding something you seriously need to watch out for. But behind all that hype, mushrooms carry hidden dangers that rarely get mentioned, and seniors need to pay attention. One of the biggest red flags: mushrooms are like sponges, literally. While most veggies just soak up nutrients in water, mushrooms go further. They absorb and trap heavy metals, chemicals, and environmental toxins from the soil and water they grow in. That means every bite could be delivering more than just nutrients. It might be packing pollutants straight into your body without you even knowing it. Sure, this sponge-like ability might sound cool in a science class, but in real life, it's a serious health risk, especially when mushrooms are grown in contaminated soil, which is shockingly common in large-scale farming. These mushrooms can soak up dangerous levels of cadmium, arsenic, lead, and mercury without showing any signs. And here's the scary part. These toxins don't hit you right away. They build up over time, and as your body's detox systems slow with age, the damage adds up fast, leading to kidney strain, liver overload, brain fog, and even permanent neurological harm. Even the mushrooms sitting on your local grocery store shelf might not be as safe as they look. Many commercial mushroom farms skip proper environmental testing and don't regulate soil quality at all. Unless you're buying certified organic, there's no real way to tell if your mushrooms were grown in clean, toxin-free conditions, or something far worse. There's more. White button mushrooms, one of the most common types, carry a hidden danger called agaritine. Studies suggest that long-term exposure to this chemical, especially when mushrooms are eaten raw or barely cooked, might raise your cancer risk. Cooking does lower agaritine levels, but here's the catch. A lot of health-conscious older adults prefer their mushrooms raw in salads or just lightly sautéed. That means they're unknowingly getting exposed to more of this potential carcinogen, thinking they're making a healthy choice when they could be putting their health at risk. Mushrooms can also spark allergic reactions, and most people don't even realize it. The proteins in fungi can trigger immune responses, especially in older adults whose immune systems may be more fragile or unpredictable with age. These reactions don't always hit hard right away. They often start small, like nausea, bloating, or mild stomach trouble, but can snowball into rashes, swelling, breathing issues, joint pain, or full-blown inflammation. Sadly, many seniors brush off these signs as just normal aging, never suspecting that mushrooms might be the real culprit behind the discomfort. There's one more sneaky issue. Chitin, a tough, fibrous compound found in the cell walls of mushrooms. The human body struggles to digest chitin, and that challenge gets even harder with age. As stomach acid drops and digestion slows down, both super common after 50, chitin can just sit there, undigested. And when that happens, it ferments in your gut, creating a nasty mix of gas, bloating, and discomfort that keeps coming back, with no clear explanation unless you know what to look for. That said, mushrooms don't have to be completely banned from your plate. When prepared the right way and eaten in moderation, they can still offer real nutritional benefits. Cooking them thoroughly, whether you're boiling, roasting, or sautéing, dramatically cuts down their agaritine levels and makes them much easier to digest. Another smart move? Stick with organically grown mushrooms. Going organic helps you avoid heavy metals and pesticide residues. Since certified organic mushrooms are grown in clean soil under safer, chemical-free conditions, giving your body nutrients without the hidden threats. If you're over 50 and eat mushrooms often, but keep dealing with bloating, skin flare-ups, joint pain, or constant fatigue, it might be time to take a closer look at how you're eating them. Switching to cooked organic mushrooms and keeping your portions smaller could help cut the risks while still letting you enjoy the nutritional perks without all the hidden downsides. Number 10. Eggplant, the hidden inflammation trigger flying under the radar. Eggplant, called aubergine in other parts of the world, is a staple in kitchens from the Mediterranean to Asia. It soaks up flavor like a sponge, turns creamy when cooked, and fits beautifully into dishes like baba ganoush, moussaka, ratatouille, curries, and stir-fries. With its low calories and high fiber, it's a go-to for anyone trying to slim down, boost digestion, or build healthier meals. But beneath all that versatility, eggplant could be quietly firing up inflammation without you even knowing it. But even with all its cooking perks, eggplant hides some serious health risks, especially for older adults. And most people brush off the warning signs as just normal aging. Here's what many don't know. Eggplant belongs to the nightshade family, the same group as tomatoes, white potatoes, and bell peppers. These plants contain a compound called solanine, a natural glycoalkaloid. For some people, especially those with inflammatory or autoimmune issues, solanine can act like fuel on a fire, triggering flare-ups and making inflammation way worse than it already is. For older adults battling arthritis, gout, osteoarthritis, or rheumatoid arthritis, eggplant might be doing more harm than good, without them even knowing it. The solanine in eggplant can trigger joint swelling, stiffness, soreness, and limit your ability to move comfortably. But here's the real problem. Most seniors chalk up the pain to aging, never guessing that the seemingly harmless veggie could be silently fueling the fire and making every step more painful than it needs to be. Here's another hidden danger. Eggplant is loaded with oxalates. These natural plant compounds might sound harmless, but in large amounts they can contribute to kidney stone formation. For seniors, especially those with kidney problems or a personal or family history of stones, eating too many oxalate-rich foods like eggplant can cause crystal buildup in the kidneys. That can lead to sharp pain, urinary problems, and serious long-term damage to kidneys that may already be struggling with age. Eggplant can also be surprisingly rough on digestion, especially for older adults with slower gut function. Sure, the skin is packed with fiber and antioxidants, but it's thick and hard to break down. For people dealing with sluggish digestion, GERD, or sensitive stomachs, that skin can lead to bloating, gas, and serious discomfort. And don't overlook those tiny seeds. They can irritate the lining of your gut, causing indigestion, acid reflux, or cramping. The worst part? Most seniors never link these symptoms to eggplant and keep eating it regularly without realizing it might be the real source of their discomfort. There's also the risk of mild allergic reactions, especially in older adults whose immune systems have become more sensitive over time. You might feel a tingling in your lips or throat, experience digestive issues, notice small skin flare-ups, or even mild swelling. These symptoms are usually subtle and often get brushed off as something else entirely. But if you're eating eggplant often and keep noticing these signs, it could point to a hidden intolerance that shouldn't be ignored. Eggplant doesn't need to be cut from your diet entirely. When cooked properly and eaten in moderation, it can still fit into a healthy meal plan. The secret to making eggplant easier to digest and less likely to cause inflammation is cooking it thoroughly. Roasting, baking, stewing, or grilling helps break down those tough fibers and lowers solanine levels. That's why traditional eggplant dishes are often much easier on the body. Cooking also boosts flavor and improves texture, making it gentler on your digestive system while keeping it delicious. For those with digestive issues, peeling the skin before cooking can make eggplant much easier to digest, since most of the fiber that causes irritation is in the skin. Another great tip: salting the eggplant before cooking. This old-school trick helps pull out bitterness and excess moisture, making the veggie taste better and far easier on the stomach. It's a simple way to enjoy eggplant without the discomfort. If you've been dealing with joint pain, recurring kidney stones, or digestive issues after meals, it might be time to reassess how often you're eating eggplant. Cutting back, swapping in alternatives like zucchini or leafy greens, or preparing eggplant the right way could make a big difference in easing those symptoms. If you think you might have a broader sensitivity to nightshades, tracking how your body reacts and talking to your doctor could give you some much-needed clarity. Eggplant can definitely be part of a healthy diet, especially when prepared carefully. Understanding how it affects things like inflammation, kidney health, and digestion empowers seniors to make smarter, more comfortable choices that support long-term wellness. There you have it, 10 vegetables that, while often praised for their health benefits, could be causing hidden problems for older adults. From blood sugar boosting potatoes and kidney stressing spinach to inflammation flaring nightshades like eggplant and bell peppers, these everyday foods can quietly disrupt your health if eaten the wrong way or in large amounts. But don't panic. The answer isn't cutting these vegetables out completely. It's about being more aware of how your body responds. By preparing them differently, eating in moderation, and rotating them with gentler alternatives, you can drastically improve how you feel daily. Cooking those high oxalate greens, peeling tough skins, or swapping for low GI options are simple changes that can help protect your kidneys, digestion, and joints as you age. Now it's your turn. Which of these vegetables shocked you the most? Have you ever felt bloated after eating peas, or noticed more joint pain after a meal with eggplant or peppers? Drop your experience in the comments below. Your story might help someone else make a connection in their own health journey. If this video gave you valuable insights, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more smart nutrition tips, holistic wellness advice, and practical tools for aging gracefully. Until next time, stay informed, stay energized, and keep thriving.